I'm back live on Instagram now.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back live on Instagram now. So.
Okay. I'm gonna switch off my phone and put it back on because I keep having the same recording from Instagram.
Okay. Okay.
So I'm just gonna switch it on and switch it back on.
Okay.
Because I have no idea what's
going on. Yes.
I think when
Thank you so much, viewers. Don't worry, we are trying to sort it out, but we're going to kick off in a few minutes now. Thank you.
I'm doing my dominoes upstairs. My dominoes upstairs.
You're welcome. Don't worry, you're part of my peculiar journeys. I had to attend to part of my own very peculiar journeys. That's what life is. Yes. So he said he needed something, so I quickly went over there. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. I'm not sure if you're on Instagram with me live, but I'm just going to kick off. Are you on Instagram now? Yes, you are in. Yeah, thank you.
Yes, I am. Yes, you are in. Yeah, thank you.
So much, everyone. Thank you so much for your patience with us tonight. Thank you. Yes. Hello. I know my head has been we'll get used to it. There's nothing we can do about it. Yes. All right. Let's kick off straight away. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Renny, for joining me on Mother's Journeys and Reflections tonight. And thank you so much for all my lovely guests. Ooh, I've got so many great people online at the moment. Thank you, everyone. I hope you've had a lovely weekend. The lockdown is easing up. In the UK, I don't know. I know I have a few people from other regions here, but in the UK today has been raining. It's been raining. It's been a rainy day. So I really don't know how it's been for you, but I have been indoors throughout doing my own chores. I take the opportunity to do my chores and all that. And I hope you've had a lovely day in your own region. We're just going to kick off. Mother's Journey and Reflections is a forum where we encourage mothers and mothers to be. So that's what we do. We encourage mothers and mothers to be, and we also celebrate dads, because I always say it, that dads are important. They are very important. I come from a very strong father background, so I don't joke with father figures. So tonight we're just going to kick off with the second series of this particular episodes that we've been doing. And I've got Renny Adejuwon in the house. Renny is an educator. She's also a child expert. I call her a child specialist, and she's also an author of many books, especially Parentoros, 100 parenting tips, 100 parenting tricks for 21st century. She's got that book, and it's very interesting. She also has another book that has just come out called Adventure Her. Adventure Her has just come out. That's another book that has just come out. Thank you so much for those joining us on Instagram. I can see a few people joining us on Instagram. Thank you very, very, very much. God bless. So Renny, I'm just going to kick off straight away right now with the questions. Are you okay on Instagram? It's freezing up.
Well, you're frozen, but I'm not. I'm just gonna. I don't know.
Is your device close to each other?
Okay, if they're close to each other,
it affects it. You have to move it a little bit. Just move it a little bit away from each other. It has to be. Yes. If it's close to each other, it can affect it.
Okay.
Yeah. You have to move it like a little bit
now.
Oh, okay. So it should come in.
Quite a distance, yeah.
Mm.
I don't know.
Anyway, let's continue on Facebook since we can get some signals there. I hope it comes on Instagram as well. Instagram, work in Jesus' name. Anyway, I'm going to kick off. I just want you to tell us a little bit about the first question I have for you is, who was your mother influence? You know, your mother while growing up. Who was your mother influence? You know, like, did you have somebody that you could say that, okay, either your mom, it could be your mom or anybody else, who was the person that had a strong influence on you in terms of your, you know, who was like your mother influence? Yeah.
I mean, I think, well, I come from a family of strong women.
Yes.
So both my maternal parents,
yes,
my maternal grandmothers were educators. They were teachers in their time.
Yeah.
And they were entrepreneurs. They had their own mini businesses as well. So those were one of the major, you know, patriarch in the family.
Okay.
My mom, my mom has 4 sisters, so she comes from a family of 5 girls.
Wow.
So I mean, all our sisters, including her, they were involved in raising me.
Okay.
My cousins, you know. So I come from a very strong women family. I mean, on my father's side as well.
Okay.
My sisters, they're all educated. They went, you know, my grandfathers, I mean, I call them the liberal men of their time.
Of their time, okay.
Of their time. So they sent their own girls to school. So, I mean, my background, I come from a family of strong women. I mean, between the ages of 10 and 17, I grew up with a distant aunt that was also a strong woman. Okay. And she had an influence on me on different ways.
Okay. And I think we've lost you. Sorry to interrupt you. We've lost you on Instagram. You've gone off completely. So, and I can see my viewers. Please just, I'm going to try and connect her back on Instagram, my viewers. I really do apologize, but
okay.
Okay, so I'm going to try and bring her back again on Instagram here.
I can see some of my friends as well, my good friends, my family, some of them there on Instagram.
Yes, that's why I want to try and bring you back on it. It will work. It will work.
Okay.
It will work. I'm trying to connect you again on Instagram. So we'll just continue what you were saying. You were talking about your mother influence.
I come from a very strong family of women, you know, very strong family. They know who they are, and I mean that's done to me as well. So my grandmother, my grandmother, my mom, my aunties, my mom had an impact on my fashion sense as well. My love for shoes come from my parents, you know. My love for shoes come from my parents, you know. So I from my parents. But my mom, we're talking about MothersJourney. Yes. A very strong woman. Yes. You know, a very, very strong woman. So those are those that influenced me growing up. Yeah. So there are other women, maybe if you're going to ask a question about that, but those were those that influenced me growing up. All right. Yeah.
So really was you said your mom, and who else? Your mom, the influence of your mom and your grandmothers.
My grandmothers were educated.
Okay.
So they were teachers in their time.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, I don't know, maybe that runs in the gene that somebody had to continue the educator gene, so which is why I'm there. And my aunties, I said, growing up, my cousins that were female as well, so they influenced me, my distant aunties. So as I said, I had very strong women. Okay. Very strong women. Confident women that knew who they are. And yes. Definitely.
Oh, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So you've had a very, a very peculiar mother's influence. I love the fact that you said they influenced in so many ways, even in the way you dress up, in everything about life and all that. That's very great. Thank you so much. We're still trying. I really do apologize for those on Instagram. We're still trying to connect here. But what Morenike has just shared with who was her mother influence? Who was her mother influence? You've left again. Who was her mother influence?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know why I can't bring you on here.
I don't know why. Let me see what.
So she gave us some ideas of who her mother influence was. So her mother influence has been her mom her grandmothers, and they've really helped to shape her in the sense that, you know, she said her grandmothers were very well educated. You know, they've influenced her in the way she dresses up, in the way she does her things and all that. So her mom, the very first part of her peculiar Mommas journey is the fact that her mother and her grandmother has actually had a strong influence on her. I know those on Facebook are hearing me. I'm trying to speak to those on Instagram as well. So that's where that's where we are at the moment. We're still trying to connect her. I'm going to try again and again. We'll keep on doing this. The next thing I want to ask, I'm just going to go because we have a lot of questions I want to put to her. Instagram times us out at 1 hour. So what we'll do is we'll come back in if we haven't finished the questions. But Facebook, we can go as far as, you know what I mean, we want. So the next question I'm going to ask her, are you ready, Renny? Should I try and link you up there?
Sorry, I'm joining you again on Facebook, on Instagram.
Okay, let me try and see if I can invite you.
I'm joining you again on Instagram, so.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm joining you again on Facebook, on Instagram. Let me try and see if I can invite you. I'm joining you again on Instagram, so. Okay. Sorry, I'm joining you again on Facebook.
All right. I'm trying to invite you in, and I hope it comes. Oh, it's coming now. Thank God. Please, God, let it work. I think what's happening, is that it's a Saturday and everybody's online. I've noticed from my experience.
My husband said I should switch off one Wi-Fi from home and use the mobile.
Ooh, okay.
So maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
I've done that.
Oh dear, okay. But it's looking good on Instagram. I can see you, and I'm sure you can see me clearly. I can also see you on Facebook as well. We were talking about your mother's influence. I just want you to do a recap for those on Instagram. Just quickly what you said about your mother's, because the question was, who was your who influenced you as a mom? You know, as in your. So please, could you just give them a quick recap of that?
I mean, I think I remember the question I heard was, who was my influence growing up
as a child
in terms of moms? Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, I have other moms.
Yes, definitely. We all have. Yeah.
But growing up as a child, my grandmothers, they were educators, so they, in a way, they influenced me. My mom, my aunties, I said
my mom had 4 sisters. She
from a family of 5.
Yeah.
So they influenced me. My aunties.
I grew up with an aunt
the ages of 10, 17.
She's Catholic as well. She influenced me as well.
So I mean, I
have strong female influence while growing up.
But over the years,
I have other mother influence. My mother-in-law is one of them. Very committed to children.
I have Bible like Naomi.
Oh yes, I was going to raise that later. Yes, that who in your but that was you already answering another question.
The mother,
the one as well.
Okay.
She influenced me as well. The Proverbs, the woman that wrote the Proverbs 31.
Yes.
So and another lady that I kind of really, she's a celebrity, but I think she's done really well for her family. She's not really popular, but she's not really, she's not accepted. Is Victoria Beckham.
Okay.
If you look at the way she's done with her children, how she managed business.
Yeah.
She's raised 4 or 5 children, and somehow she's shielded them. I think she's also a good mother influence in that aspect.
In that aspect, yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that. I don't know, Instagram, we just have to continue on Facebook, but Instagram is still, we are still on it at the moment. Please go on my Facebook page and join us. It's timed you out again.
Wow.
I'll
join again. We won't give up.
We won't. We just have to be at it. All I know is that, when it's weekend, everybody is online. So, okay, if you have to join back again. You are out of Instagram All right. Okay. So the next question, I'll just go straight into the next question because we have people on Facebook watching as well. Are you back in? Okay. So the next question is, now you are a mom. What is your own? I know we can't go into all the details, but what's your own peculiar mama's journey like? How has it been as a mom? Any experiences that you like to share with us that stands out? We need you to share an experience, one or two experiences that stands out for you. For example, for me, I have a lot. My mother's journey is very peculiar to me. Very peculiar. There are very different aspects of my mother's journey, and I know that if I was to share to inspire somebody about my own peculiar journey, I might want to talk to them about, my pregnancy journeys, or I want to talk to them about, some other aspects of the journeys and all that. One thing I noticed about a mom's journey is that we all have different parts of our journeys. There are some that we are still going through the process, you know what I mean? And some of them we want to share, some of them you might not want to share because you have not yet, you know what I mean? You are still going through the journey, you understand? Because you want to be able to share a story or an experience that you've been through to inspire and influence, you know what I mean, and affect somebody else positively and all that. So you always want to be able to be real and authentic about it. But sometimes you might be going through a journey, still in a journey, and yet, there's always a time to be able to share every aspect of our journeys that we feel comfortable to share with. But I think at the end of the day, what is important that we remain real and we remain authentic. I'm going to try and join you, put you back again on Instagram, but I'll continue. So in terms of you, the next question, that brings me to the next question. You're a mom now. I know you're a mom. You're a mom of three. Is it four? Three? Four? Three. You've got 3 children. And how has it been? And can you give us a bit about your own peculiar mama's journeys? Something that stands out. Pick 1 or 2 aspects. There are some questions regarding the, parenting and all that. I'm bringing that to you. But in your own journeys, can you share something that to inspire and to encourage another mom listening out there? Yeah.
I think for me, one of the stories that tend to come to mind, I have quite a few stories, but one of the stories that come to mind is I have 3 children.
So I've gone through pregnancy 3 times. So every pregnancy was different for me, and I had different cravings. So one of them, I had ice. I had to eat ice all the time.
Are you What a very peculiar mother's journey.
I have ice cream. Another craving I had my craving was super malt. Oh, my husband was going crazy. I'm telling you. If you don't know super malt, find out about super malt, So I needed to have super malt. And the third craving for one of my other pregnancy was chips. I'm telling you. So I mean, 3 different pregnancies, and I had 3 different cravings. I can never forget. Especially the last one was the one
having a lot. So I was like, when I got pregnant, I was like, I need to have my taste buds back. I was so excited.
What a very unique. That's very interesting, and that is something that is so peculiar to moms. All moms, especially moms that go through, that have the, some moms haven't had the opportunity to get pregnant. You know what I mean? Maybe they have to adopt and all that. But for moms that have had pregnancy journeys, there is so peculiar. Some people will say they have craving for dust, for sand, for all sorts. For me, I didn't have no craving. If I was to talk about my pregnancy journey, I practically would say I couldn't keep any food down. journey. Oh no, we won't finish today. You know, I'll be in and out of hospital throughout the first to the, you know, my journey is just.
I mean, at some point, I wanted to be living on the ground because I love the smell of train coming.
Really?
When the train is coming, there was
the smell of train.
Yes, there was a smell of. I don't even want to.
That is so, you know what I mean, so unique. It's so interesting because you said you know, even the smell of train, you had the craving for the smell of train. So that's so, you know, that's an interesting aspect of Mommas' journeys. For every mom, they tend to have different cravings. If I'm to tell the moms that are commenting here to please put in your own craving when you were a mom. In fact, let me even tell, can you put in a little bit of your comments in the comment section? What was your craving? What was your own craving when you were going through your pregnancy journey? You'll be amazed. You'll be amazed about what people would say in terms of their own pregnancy journey. The cravings are amazing. And the fact that, you know, sometimes when we are having these journeys, we make our partners, we make them travel far to go and look for whatever it is that we want, you know. I know that is so interesting. It's so amazing. I'm going to try and bring you back again on Instagram. It's timed out again, but I'll try and bring you back again on Instagram.
I know. I keep joining.
We'll keep at it. We won't stop. Yes, you see, somebody on Instagram said that mine was so much pepper. I could almost eat. She said I could almost eat raw pepper. Raw pepper. She's saying it here. Thank you so much, D Concept. She said mine was pepper. You know, I'm sure if I tell, please, I need some more ladies. Please put in. We're talking about Mommas' peculiar journeys. You understand? Please give us some comments about what was your craving when you were having your children. What cravings did you have? What cravings? I know I can't see the comment section on Instagram. I can't really see it. I wish I could see the comment sections on Instagram. I don't think I can.
I've joined back again.
You've joined back? We'll keep at it. We'll keep at it. But that's so amazing. D Concept, thank you so much. She said mine was so much pepper. I could almost eat raw pepper. Can you imagine that? You know, somebody said a friend told me hers was ice cube. Yes, even my guest at the moment said hers was ice cubes with everything. She's saying there that hers was ice cubes. The person on Instagram is actually commenting that hers was ice cubes, and she used to take the ice cubes everywhere she went. She would be taking the ice cubes.
When I see pregnant women now, I just smile and I have an inner smile. I'm like, man,
for them.
I've been on that journey. My goodness,
hello.
I've been on that journey.
It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Thank you so much. I'm trying to put her, I'm going to bring her in now. I can see that a lot of people are like, oh, where is she now? Why are you not back? So I'm going to try and bring you back in. Oh no, I can't. Can I see you here? Are you back? Okay, yes, I've seen you.
I'm live again. I'm live. I'm looking at you. I don't know, it's delayed, but we'll keep going.
We'll keep going because sometimes Facebook is faster than Instagram. So
yeah.
So we will keep at it. So, you know, thank you so much. You know, and people were saying about that. Yes, Tosin, thank you so much for joining in Tanya events. Thank you. You know, and so that's interesting. That's a very peculiar Mommas' journey that you have there. You know, and I'm sure a lot of people can resonate with that. They can, you know, they can, it's similar, it's familiar. I'm sure if I to ask people here, tell me what you were craving for as a mom. What were you craving? What were your you know what I mean? The things that you were craving for. You'll be amazed about what moms will say now. Interesting. You know, it's very interesting. Pregnancy journeys are very interesting. I think I'm going to have a separate series about pregnancy journeys. So I might bring you back again. All right. Okay. I'm going to go to the next question, and I'll do that quickly. So this is our month of health and well-being in Mothers' Journeys and Reflections. So, and I know that you are a child specialist. You're a child specialist and you are also an educator. So I've actually outlined a few questions I want to ask you regarding your mother's journey, regarding Momma's journey. It's okay now. I can see you on okay.
I've gone out. I'm joining again. I keep going and coming. So.
Okay. You can use a different. If you have a different, if you are using a phone, it might help. You know what? Are you using a phone?
Yeah, I'm using. I don't understand, but
yeah.
I'll keep trying.
I'm going to ask you. So I know that you are a child specialist, and you are also. Tell us before I ask the questions. Which particular you've left there, so you can come back and join in later. In terms of your, do you want to join back there later?
I'm going to join.
Okay. In terms of your mother's journeys, in terms of you, they can actually hear me on Instagram, the questions I'm asking. They can't just see your face. So I'm going to bring you back on. But in terms of your specialty, because we're looking at, this is our month of health and well-being in mothers' journeys and reflections. Can you give us some tips in terms of our children? I'm going to ask a few questions, but understanding that mothers are in different, we have mothers are generally in various stages of their journeys in terms of children. So we have expectant moms, we've got preschool age moms, we've got school age moms, we've got teenage moms, we got teenage moms. Yeah, we have teenagers that are, you know what I mean, that are moms.
Yeah.
We've got moms with young adults. We've got moms with teenagers. What ages? We've got some are fostering. Some are fostering. Some have stepchildren. Some are co-parenting. You know what I mean? Where there's a separation, or there's divorce and all that. So there is that. So we have children in those circumstances. We've got, different circumstances in terms of children, and I think that children, if we're talking about children, is a very vast topic. Vast. But I want us to look at some aspects of it, in terms of what, in terms, we're talking about health and well-being in this time. So we're going to be looking at mom's health and well-being and the children's health and well-being. So can you give us some tips? I'm going to try and bring you back again on Instagram. Thank you so much for those on Instagram with me. You are really patient. God bless you.
Very patient.
Yes.
Very patient.
And even on Facebook, they've really been patient as well. Yes. On Facebook. Okay, I can't see you back on Instagram yet.
I can see you. I'm there.
Okay, I'm trying to find you. Renny, I can't see you there. I'm trying to.
Should I request?
Yes, request, please. Maybe you should request. Maybe that will make it better. Request to join me.
I've sent the request.
Okay. 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 Maybe that would be better because I've sent you back here. So maybe that would be better. Oh, maybe that will work better. We'll see how it goes with this one. Hopefully it will work. I can see you so clearly now. So anyway, so what I was saying earlier on was that moms are generally in various schools in terms of raising children, in terms of their children, in terms of their journeys, we're all in various schools, various peculiar journeys, you understand? I think I want to be real and authentic. For me, I'm dealing with a young adult, I'm dealing with a teenager as well, and I'm dealing with I don't know if it's to say it's a toddler or a baby. I'm dealing with what do you call a 5? Well, you are a child expert. What do you call a 5-year-old? What do you call them? Is that a toddler or what do you call a 5-year-old? You are an expert, so.
A 5-year-old is a toddler.
Ah, yeah. So I'm still.
A toddler child.
Eh?
A toddler child.
So there's a difference between.
They're transitioning. They're going through a transition.
Okay.
A transition. So I won't say they are toddlers, but I would say they are more of children.
Okay.
They are more children rather than toddlers.
Okay.
So they're in the
mm-hmm.
and you know, having a bit more responsibility because they are going through reception year 1 then. So they're more of children rather than toddlers. Toddlers tend to be between the ages of maybe 18 months to about 3.5 years old, 4 years. Okay. A 5-year-old is a child.
Is a child. So a 5-year-old is not a toddler. Interesting. Okay. But because I did it, well, we will call them a child toddler. A toddler child. A toddler child. Okay. So that's what I was trying to say. So various moms, we're all in different peculiar journeys at the moment. We're all in, like, you know what I mean, various stages. Oh, please try and join in again. We're all in various stages. So what I really need, yeah, so what I really need, don't worry about timing it. So what I need is for you to give us some tips in terms of the child. Which particular age group do you specialize in? That's the first thing I need to bring up. Which particular age group? I'm going to try and join you back again here. Please send me a request. Which particular age group are you specialized in?
I'm specialized in.
Please send me a request on Instagram. I'll try and do that.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, so Renny was talking that we're looking at the moment, we're looking at moms in various stages of their journeys. And I think Renny was trying to explain that some children we think are toddlers, they are already graduating into you don't call them toddlers, you call them children. It's so interesting, isn't it? Anyway, but we'll just continue. Thank you so much for those online with us. You've been so patient.
There's a bit of confusion here.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. We'll get through this. We'll just get through it. I think it always happens like this on the weekend. I noticed that on the weekend is usually I always try to, okay, I've seen you there, so I'm going to go live again with you. I'm requesting you back again. Are you comfortable with that?
Yeah, I'm trying to be. It's a bit awkward now.
It's okay, fine. We can see you. Okay, to change a different. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So I've requested you again. That's fine.
Sorry.
That's fine. All right. So could you give us some tips, in terms of our children? Could you help some moms? Thank you. I can see you now. I can see you. Thank you.
Okay.
Could you help some?
Is that better?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I can see you. Yeah, that's better. It's fine. I can see you on Instagram now.
Okay.
So please give us some tips in terms of the child's well-being. You know what I mean? Because the children are at various stages. So what category of children? What ages do you deal with? What ages?
My ages are babies to 12 years. That's what I special, because I believe that anything the teen is 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Okay.
So when I'm very specific when I say children.
Okay.
So as you explained, children come in different development. So for example, we have the baby stage, we have the toddler stage, we have the children age, which is like from 5 till about 12. But most children now, by the time they are 8, they think they're teenagers. 8, 9, 10.
Yes.
They feel they're teenagers. They're like, oh, they're discovering themselves. So every stage, every age is different. And of course, the maturity of the child does not have to do with the age of the child as well.
Yeah.
So a child that might be 5-year-old might be behaving like you know, like a 10-year-old.
Yes.
Children that are 5-year-olds, you know, they have, you know, they might have learning special educational needs, additional needs. So, you know, every child is different between the stages and ages. So I think that's the number one thing.
Okay. Yeah. Please give me a moment.
This is the life of a mom. Yeah.
Okay. That's my own peculiar mother's journey.
Absolutely.
Coming in and out, and I can't stop him. That's it. I just have to keep. I'm trying to.
No, not at all.
Yes, I'm trying to stop. You know what I mean? But there's nothing I can do. He keeps coming in and out. But he wanted to show his face in here. I said no. Anyway, I'll try and request you back.
Mine children, they've already been in here already.
Oh, really? Okay.
They're all acting in front of me.
Oh, I'm doing their own thing.
Doing their own thing.
Okay. All right. So the ages of the children that you deal with are babies from 0 to 12. You said 12. Yeah.
12 years old.
12 years old. Okay. So in terms of, because this is our health and well-being month, I'll try and bring you back again on Instagram, but they can hear me, but I'll try and bring you back there because we've got a lot of people there as well that are wanting to hear from you. And I'm sure they are hearing, but they would love to see your face too. In terms of the child's well-being, mental health, you know what I mean, and physical health, could you give us some tips? Could you help a mom in terms of that? You know, what are the things that moms should look out for? You know, for the children, what in terms of their peculiar journeys, what should they look out for their children in terms of the child's health and well-being? Yeah.
Yeah. When we talk about mental health in childcare, we tend to be starting from an emotional point of view.
Okay.
So there's something I always use this all the time, SPICE.
Okay.
And that's an acronym we use in child development.
I was going to say that you actually have an acronym for emotional growth in children, but I will ask you to do that one later. Yeah. I did a bit of research.
Mental health falls under emotional and intellectual development when it comes to children.
Okay.
So, I mean, most of the time, when you're looking at children's development, children's mental health, it has to do with how they are behaving.
Okay.
So it's mostly their behavior that tends to show if they are stressed.
Okay.
So mental health comes in a form of maybe they're stressed, they're anxious. You know, example is maybe they're pacing, maybe they're biting their nails, maybe, maybe they're lashing out. It depends on the age of the stage. Remember, I talked about the stages of development. So, I mean, some children, when it comes to babies, it's like they're crying. You know, the children are actually crying. I mean, the babies are actually crying.
Yeah.
So it's telling because babies can talk. So you need to, I mean, there are different types of crying. If you are somebody that pays attention to, you know, children growing up, there's different types of crying.
Yes.
So I mean, when it comes to toddler, it's like, you know, trying for you to identify their mental health, their emotional health. Okay. You're requesting me again, so I'm just gonna wait. It's connected.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's continue. Yeah, I can see you there again.
Okay, so it's gonna get more.
We'll cope. Let's continue. Yeah.
So mental health. We've talked about the babies.
Yes.
And when you come to toddlers, sometimes they might be screaming. Sometimes they might be, you know, they might go into themselves. Sometimes they might even say it in a way of maybe when in early years when we are doing role play, especially when it comes to toddlers. In role play, okay, they might say something, just, out of the ordinary that you're like, okay, this doesn't sound right. So that is true role play, and that is exercising, that is exhibiting what the child is going through mentally. I mean, I've talked about the baby, I've talked about the toddler. And when you're looking at maybe older children, maybe from 5 or from 4 years old, some of them might go through biting other people, lashing out. This is a real example of describing what might be going through a child's head. Right? Really? Because mental health is about what's going in the mind, what's going on in the head. But children will exhibit it physically. They will come out. They don't, they haven't gotten to that stage of processing and keeping things inside by the age of 5, 6, So they're more exhibiting it, Okay. Then, of course, by the time they are 8 years old, maybe 9 years old, they can become moody. They can go silent, because they're becoming more mature. They're kind of processing the stages of, okay, this happened to me, or in their friendship, in their behavior, in the way they interact with teachers. They are anxious. They might have tantrums. So it depends on, it's a stage, it's a process from being able to externalize it while they're growing up. Because some people don't believe, babies might have emotional problems. Some people don't believe toddlers might have emotional problems. Yes. And I think, especially. No, continue what you were saying now, because I wanted to ask you a question from what you said, that, especially in our culture, I mean, I'm from the Nigerian culture.
Yes.
We are trying to, we want to, we don't let children
express themselves. Oh, we don't let, yes, definitely.
So, I mean, emotionally, sometimes children can be stabbed. They don't know how to express themselves. There's a word coming out in education and childcare now that they're trying to use. They're calling it emotional intelligence. And emotional intelligence is about identifying emotions. Even how am I able to, analyze this emotional behavior? So in that aspect,
even for children, because I know the emotional intelligence for adults, for children
into early years now.
Wow, for children. Wow.
It's a new word. I mean, it's not a new word, but into education now, they're trying to, they're bringing it into education, into early years, that, wanting to be able to analyze, understand children's emotions, because if the emotion is not dealt with early enough, that's when it becomes mental health. Yes. If the emotion is starved, that's when it becomes mental health. If it's not paid attention to, that's when it becomes mental health. So with children, it's more to do with their emotions. Yeah. Before it becomes mental health, because they're still trying to process it. I mean, we know children there are other children that have gone through trauma. Yes. We're not talking about those ones. Those that are, maybe through war, maybe through abuse, maybe through seeing, parents fighting, maybe through fostering. They're very deep
things this year.
When a child has been so abused emotionally, when their emotion hasn't been paid attention to, and that's really health, especially exhibiting as mental health.
Okay, so I know you've said a lot, and I still have a lot of questions for you, but what are the tips, how would you advise moms to be able to see some things as pointers? How would you advise moms? You know what I mean? How would you advise moms that, okay, when you see this, know that this is a pointer that they in this child's mental health, you know what I mean, state or something, how, things like that. How do you know?
I think if you just look at the basic of child development, the most important thing is just paying attention. Paying attention, because anything can be a sign of what the child is going through mentally.
Okay.
I just want to get my battery charged.
Okay.
Because the battery is going on. Then I'm going to give you an example of what happened to one of my children. Hold on, please.
Okay. Thank you so much for those that have joined so far. We've been having a bit of technical issues with Instagram. I believe that it's a weekend. It's Saturday, and I believe that so many people are online. That's just the way I know about these things. I know that on a Saturday, is usually a lot of people are online. Please, I'm going to request you back again on Instagram, but a lot of people are online. I will and so we will just keep at it. So please bear with us. I can see there's a lot of people on Instagram, but please bear with us. You can always go back to IGTV and have a watch of this but I'm trying to bring her back again on Instagram. Thank you so much for those watching on Facebook. I think we have a few people still on Facebook here, there. So in terms of, so what are the pointers? What you're saying is that for moms, that for the child's well-being, they should pay attention. They should just make sure that they are paying attention to the child, to things. They should, carefully look at things around the child, isn't it? And all that. Yeah. In terms of when they see those pointers. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. One example I wanted to give was what happened to one of my children. Mm-hmm. And this was exhibited through role play. Okay. And what happened was, I used to listen to this radio station, and every morning I listened to it. And one day I got a call from the school, and they said my child got into that was in primary school. My child got into this debate, or let me say, of confrontation with another child. And my child was like threatening him, using, he's going to bring a knife. And I was like, okay. I said, this is not my child, I was like, how can my child do this, And then I actually, when they called me, I was like, that is not possible. That couldn't be what, that's not possible. But when I looked back and I was like, what could have happened? What made him, or what made her say this? I realized that it was the radio station I've been listening to, because they talk about knife crime,
goodness
what's
me,
happening in London. So I was able to pay attention to what it was. I was able to look back. I analyzed, what could have been the trigger. Or, could have made him say something like that to another child. Wow. And this child is like somebody that is, very friendly, very, welcoming, that kind of thing. So when I say looking out for certain behaviors, those are the kind of things I'm talking about. Because children, they are processing the information. They are processing whatever is going on around them. Then they will exhibit it in their behavior. So it's when they exhibit it in their behavior, you will be able to say, so this is what has been going on in your mind. That I didn't even know. Okay. Because you'll be like, where did it come from? Like, how did this happen? Okay. So if you are not paying attention to certain behavior, then the mental health is going to come in the future to come and bite you. So this is the reason why, as children, as parents, this is why I'm always talking about parenting. It's all about paying attention to our children. Because they exhibit their emotions, as they're growing up, through their behavior, how they are behaving, what they are saying, how they are reacting, until they're able to process this information in their head. So interesting. So so you've given us some tips. So it's really, moms really need to pay attention. Now, okay, for example, they paid attention and they saw some things. I'm going to request you again on Instagram. So please keep trying. Now, if for example, a mom sees, what I mean, some traits and everything, do they then straight away go, because sometimes mom tend to begin to stress, what I mean, and start getting worried that, they take so much, it's like they take
everything on board themselves. You know what I mean? That, oh, you know, and all that. Would you advise that they seek counseling or they get some help at that point in time? Or they do a bit of more observation and see if it's something they can tackle with themselves, or they should get some, you know what I mean, some advice. What would you say?
I think it depends on the amount of stress the child is going through.
Okay.
You know, because there's some, and that's the thing. It's all about getting help.
It's all about getting help. So it depends on the amount of stress the child goes through, or the amount of information the parents themselves have at hand.
Yeah.
If you know you don't have the tools
as a parent,
there's nothing wrong with it.
Wow.
There's not, if you know you don't have the tools, because it's a journey. We are learning. So if you think, oh God, you know, this is too much for me. This is not. You know, I understand what is going on. If your child, I know parents that, you know, their child went through counseling because the child went through a severe bullying. You know, the child went through severe bullying. You know, some children go through, you know, trauma. As I said, maybe they lost someone, or they were in a car accident. So if you, as a parent, you think, oh, I can't help this child.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you failed as a parent, but at that time you don't have that tool that you need to. And even you asking for help is all about parenting. It's all about parenting. So you know, ask the right people. Ask the right people.
Very important.
You know, asking the
right people.
You know, even the teacher might not be the right person. So you need to know the kind of people. I mean, you know, talking to people about it. But then you ask the right people. You ask the people. You do research. The internet is such an amazing place right now. It's a place. I mean, my son will say it's full of facts and opinions. So of course,
I love that, full of facts and opinions.
Yes. It's full of facts and opinions. So check, and there's nothing wrong in you asking for help. People private message me all the time. Oh, do you know what this? You know what that? You know. And another thing is, I'm telling you, books. You find hidden germs in books. They are full of diamond information. So I mean, if you know you cannot do this, ask for help.
Okay, thank you so much for that. So if we have any mom or any parent watching at the moment, they can actually, I'm still going to, because I still have I have some other questions for you, but so they can actually get in touch with Renny if you do have any questions in terms of, you know, your child's mental health, well-being, or just general questions that you are not clear about, that you need someone to clarify. Please get in touch with Renny, and she might be able to help you. Well, I don't know if she has to charge you, you know what I mean, for your consultation, but please get in touch with her, and she would be of help to you. We'll try and see how we can put some of her details in the comment section. I don't know if somebody can help us put it in there, but we'll definitely come back to that. So what you're saying is that it's important to pay attention to the child and then ask for help.
Absolutely.
Yes, so get that. Okay. The next question I want to ask you, at some point in time, if it's up to an hour, Instagram times us out, but we'll come back again. But Facebook, we're there for for time. But I'm going to try to work within work on time, work with time, so that we can get through this quickly. I know that you have an acronym for emotional growth in children. Yes, I did a bit of research about you. I always do that about my guests. I go and read their biography. I go and search and find out a bit more about what they do. And so when I was going through what you do as a child specialist, I saw that you have an acronym for emotional growth in children.
Emotion, yeah.
Please tell us. Please tell us there.
The E stands for education.
Okay.
Yes. The M stands for motivating the mind.
Mm-hmm.
So motivating the mind. The O stands for observation.
Wow.
The T stands for talking. You talk about it.
Wow.
The O again stands for owning the emotions. You own the emotions.
Okay. Okay. Oh, thank you. Mm-hmm.
And the N stands for navigating the emotion.
The emotions. Ooh, yeah, interesting. When I saw it, I said, this is amazing that I'm going to try and see if I can put it on the main page after this. When I'm doing a recap of what we've done today, I'm going to actually put it out there. But that's very, I think for each of the letters that you've done, they have a very, it's something that we as moms and we can actually pay close attention to, because it has a lot of, it's pregnant with a lot of meanings, a lot. Now, we're talking about mental health situation, you know what I mean, well-being for a child. That brings me to the next question. You know, as a child, I noticed that children, their memories are very sharp. Yes, I'm talking, at least, I was trying to bring out some questions for you today. And that was one of the questions that dropped in my mind. A child's memory is so sharp. They remember what you do to them. They remember positive and negative moments. So what should parents take seriously on this? What do you think they should do? What should moms take seriously about this? Because whatever you do to a child, they remember. Memory, we're talking about their mental health. What tips? Please give us maybe one or two tips to always remember. When we are dealing with them, we know when we are when we are peculiar journeying with our children, we know that those things they remember. If we're not spending quality time with them, they remember. If you are the kind that is always shouting down on them, we can remember from when we're young. I can remember the times, the good, the negatives, and the positives of my child. I can, even though some of the negatives, you let it go so that you can know what I mean. You can heal and you can get better, get on with your life. But please tell mamas, please tell mom. Give us something.
I think for me,
having worked with so many children,
yes,
and I still put it with my own children as well, is parents, we need to be fair. We need to be fair. When you're being fair, and that's what children want from every adult. Yes. Fair. You need to be fair. The moment children want you to be, they're very innocent. So
yes.
When you say
justice,
yes,
they want that. Because
we're still going to talk about that fairness and justice because I want you to define what that fairness means. When they are overstepping their boundaries. Okay,
so let me give an example. Parents, they say favoritism. Favoritism is a word I don't like.
Okay, so you're bringing me back to the next question. So are you going to tie those questions together? Because I was still going to talk to you that please talk to us about sibling rivalry. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's a different, sibling rivalry is different.
It's different. Okay. So please tell us, what is fairness, please? Please, how does a child think that you? I love you. I love the way you're advocating for these children. I love it.
I have to advocate for them. I have to advocate for them because and that's the thing. When you talk about children remembering,
children will remember an adult that brought them sweet. Maybe you can their aunties, or children remember somebody that played with them.
Yes.
You know, when they were growing up.
Okay.
Children
Will remember, you know. And when we're talking about if I want to go a bit on the dark side or maybe good or bad, when you're talking about grooming,